Hey guys, welcome, MPL Season 3 live on Facebook Gaming, brought to you by Mutun and EGG Network. Not forgetting our legendary sponsor U-Mobile and our elite sponsor HyperX. Elite, isn't that your rank? Hey,
Maybe.
His name is Contra. My name is Matthew. Cutting in with some early shots because I've missed you. You've betrayed us, dude.
Well, I didn't betray anyone. I was just helping out with the BM segment of the MPL broadcast, but it feels really good to be back here, back at home, casting English once again.
Well, good cast. Let's look at what we will be commentating on. What are the games? Contra, take it away.
Of course, the first match of the day, we have EVOS eSports Singapore versus Icon, two of the heavy titans from each country will go head-to-head. Meanwhile, on 6:30 p.m., we will have Bigtron SG versus the new guys up in the block, X-Pax Assassins.
Yep, new boys. But before that, let's talk about the game one, and let's look at the standings to reflect that a little bit better. Top of the leaderboards, a tale of two different ends. Nara, EVOS, Icon, all undefeated, and hey ho, 0-3, Bosco and MYA. No one expect that.
Well, definitely nobody thought that Bosco will be ending up towards the bottom segment of the bracket, but some of these teams are looking to change things up because this is the best moment for X-Pax to actually climb back up during this week. And also for Icon to have something to prove that Malaysia still stand a chance. On the top two, we see two Singapore teams, so maybe things may change today.
Yeah, both these teams in our first matchup undefeated so far, and it is a top-of-the-table clash. It's going to be interesting to see who's going to come on top. We've been seeing that Icon's feeling quite confident. EVOS solid as ever. But you know what? Let's see what EVOS has to say about their Season 3 prospects.
Let's have a look.
Coming in as an underdog team, I think that EVOS SG actually outperformed ourselves and we actually exceeded everyone's expectations. We came close to champions, but we did not. I guess it's unlucky or what, but Siren Reborn did play well that day and they deserve to be champions. Just like every other team, we're looking to be the best, being the champion. We're just going to try hard, going to train more often, work on our drafts, hero mastery and hero pool. I guess that's all we can do.
As for Resurgence, I think many of them will know that both of us are kind of rivals since MPL Season 2. For their strength, what I believe is that they are quite good in team fights. But then they couldn't handle much pressure on split laner. Another weakness about them is they don't really know how to close a fight. This is their weakness from what I see, from what I observe. Since MPL Season 2.
Fredo can play a lot of heroes and he's all-rounder and he can even... I remember that time he used Johnson, he can drive a long distance, right? And he crash into the whole enemy, then they win the game. And I think that they are quite strong for their team.
For X-Pac, except for Cyajin, which is a player that I've known, the rest of the 4 players are known to us. The scary thing about being unknown is we do not know what they are good at and what they are bad at, actually. So it's really hard for us to draft against them. It's going to be a headache for us, having a new team in this regular season.
As a team, we felt that Kolya's attitude and personality did not suit us well, and we did not like how he was quite overconfident with everything. And so we felt he didn't suit us as a team, so we decided to kick him out. I feel that EVOS SG us will have the highest chance of winning this competition because honestly I feel that we have too much at stake. I mean, we are putting our work on the line, our studies and our result, and I think we will not let it go to waste. So we are going to work hard and achieve that result that we want, which is champions.
And that was EVOS eSports Singapore that came in second place, and they definitely put in a lot on the line from last season and up till now. A lot of things have changed, and they've talked about Kolya right there and how it did not suit the team. This time around, it seems like they're way more driven than they were before.
Yep, sacrifice is the word that they like to say, and they say have too much to go for. But let's see what their opponents have to talk about.
Daripada apa yang kita orang dapat season lepas tu, kemungkinan kita orang punya meta mungkin kurang sikit lagi dengan compare sekarang. Sebab season lepas pun kita punya communication pun memang kurang lah daripada season ni. Jadi itulah punca-punca kita orang dapat nombor 8 atau 7. Target kita orang season 3 ni kemungkinan besar champion ataupun top 4 lah. Untuk kita orang dapatkan yang kita orang nak ni, kita orang kena usaha lebih lah. Training, kuatkan lagi kita punya chemistry, kita punya communication tu kena banyak bercakap lagi dengan teammate. Kadang kita main kadang diam, jadi kena improve lagi lah.
I think for this season, the strongest region is Singapore lah. You can see because in ROGS, they have their own meta, they have like multiple role user lah, and they have their own new strategy that we also sometimes we didn't foresee that lah. All team for me like macam sama kuat tau, so very hard for me to say who win this season lah.
Saya rasa tim yang terkuat untuk Singapura ni mungkin EVOS, sebab ada Bambi tu yang bawa tim dia sampai boleh pergi final kalau korang perasan dekat season 2. Jadi daripada situ lah kita kena jaga-jaga dengan EVOS, sebab kita pernah kalah dengan dia orang sekali. Jadi harap-harap dapat tebus balik lah.
Bosku, kekuatan diorang datangnya daripada penjahat lah. Dia sangat jahat, suka curi minion orang, jungle orang semua. So cara nak kalahkan dia ni, kita orang ada polis, so boleh tangkap diorang. Tangkap penjahat saja lah, sebab dia sangat jahat. Kelemahan bosku adalah solos. Jika solos tak ada, tidak boleh dokong tim dia. So kita orang mungkin akan colik solos lah.
Some light banter at the end of it, but I want to highlight what they say before when they went to that whole little boss school segment was Singapore is the top dogs, EVOS is on top of the pinnacle. This is our chance to take them down. We lost to them before last season. Bambi is the one to go for. Icon, step up the plate because this is your time to shine. What a series we have in our hands.
Yeah, and we can see that Icon definitely matured as compared to the previous season. They were more focused. The drafts are a little bit better. And of course, Sino ain't a one trick anymore. He can play a lot of roles right now.
A lot of people, last season they were saying that, oh, Zeno, he doesn't get his cho, he can't do much. And evidently there were some times that was sort of the truth, but he just adapted so much. Last week, he just came out swinging, and I want to see more of this team. Remember, both teams undefeated.
Yeah.
So someone needs to get an L today, and it's going to be interesting. Malaysia versus Singapore, following that trend. So far, only one Malaysian team that's able to take them down, and that's Geek Fam. Let's look at the featured players of this matchup, starting with Potato and his trusty old crab.
Well,
Octopus crab?
You can call it so. Of course, Captain Bane here with the Blade of Despair, Endless Battle, and a lava damage output coming out. Of course, early game, he doesn't really pack that much of a punch until he gets his ult, and so he could actually do something about it. So mid-game, you need to poke them down as much as possible. Just make sure that you take in the round, spit it at their face, and late game, you gotta kite and deal as much damage because as a Bane, you don't really have any crowd control in a way, so you always have to go on the low. Now, this is, of course, the featured play for Icon. This will be Scott on Minsitar.
Yeah, Minsitar, obviously, it's all about the Ultimate King's Calling, a very big thing to nullify basically anybody. You cannot move, no mobility spells, no flicker, and I won't be surprised if he brings it out. He is pretty well known for his tank play, and everyone on Icon needs to make sure they perform if they want to bring out the titans that are EVOS eSports Singapore. Like I said, both teams undefeated. And this is going to be an interesting start. And what do you think here, Contra?
Well, I gotta say that I've been looking forward to this matchup for quite some time.
You look forward to everything. It's not-
Yeah, I mean, like, this is a big match because if, say, on a good day, if Icon can take a 2-0 against EVOS, it is gonna be hard. But like, if they manage to do that, they will be on top of the standings. But EVOS is gonna bite back real hard.
Let's look at the drop as we load into game 1 here. EVOS will be on the blue side, Icon on the red side. Selena getting banned out. Now, a lot of data has been shown. You know, 1 week of MPL has been played. Icon played twice already. EVOS, if I'm not mistaken, played 3 times already. So, a lot of data is out there. How are you going to set up? We know that Bambi is the key player from EVOS. Icon, how are you going to draft against them?
I can see that Bambi has been playing a lot of mages instead of assassins nowadays, or even marksmen per se. Now, Harif is definitely a no-brainer, still a really solid pick coming out, but Akai ban here is going to force
Kaya.
some of these blast bans coming out of Icon.
Lunox, Kaya, Grok, take your pick your poison. Something needs to be let go. Icon, what are you going to go for? I think they need to ban out the Grok.
If
Grok
they
just
do,
provides them too much. I mean, give away the Lunox, it's fine, right?
on the hands of EVOS eSports, I don't think it's any thing great if you
They have
actually
to ban
pass
the
them
Grok.
out.
They have to ban the Grok. Grok is it just gives too much. At least, obviously, they should go with the Lunox Bambi. Nope, they are gonna lock in the Kaya. So no S tier tanks available, so they do lock in the Kaya. Kuja
Well-
hovering it. Yeah,
Definitely not going to be a Harley.
I think it's going to be this. I think it will be a Lunox. The question is whether they will go with a tank here.
Oh.
Minotaur, or are they gonna go with the Claude? They are hovering over this Clint, but I'm not gonna talk about it. I think they have to go in with the
They still have the Claw. They should
Claude
take
and
the
Lunox.
Claw.
It should be Claude and Lunox here.
Yeah, it's going to give them a whole lot of firepower, but
Wow.
instead, they managed to actually secure Minotaur. Now, this is a really smart move because if they
No,
let go of that...
I disagree.
Now, Belleric here getting
Yeah.
picked up.
We've been
I think
seeing-
this is a really solid pick.
Yeah, this is why I disagree, right? The thing is that throughout the whole week 2, we've been seeing one fact, which is, hey, Belleric counters Claude wholeheartedly. The ultimate nature shield is just way too effective against Blazing Duet. So now, it's a big problem. Looks like So is going to get that Leomod in his hands. Could be a fighter Leomod as well. We don't know yet.
Well,
Icon,
most likely.
yeah, most likely. But sometimes they do play a carry Leomod, put it onto Soul's hand as well. So now, coming into this Icon, yeah, they have to go with the Lunox. Should be a no-brainer here.
Yeah, the Lunox should be the pick that they should opt for before they go into Phase 2, because Phase 2, EVOS could either ban out Tamus or even the Lunox
No, I
to
think-
reduce the damage, but
True.
that sort of like gives them that lane advantage towards the Leomon that they just picked recently, and now down to the final 2 bans here.
EVOS has 2 options here. They can either ban away a tank or they can ban away Tamos, like you said, because it counters that Leomon. Personally, I think taking away a tank is a little bit more effective because you already give them, basically subpar tanks. You don't have anything to engage. You already have this
I agree.
Minotaur. And nope, they are going to take away the Tamos. Like I
Your
said,
team
2
is
options.
banning.
They wanted the Tamos. And over here, if I'm Icon, I'm betting away Harley. No questions asked.
Well,
Oh, I disagree
Your
with that,
team
man.
is picking.
well, I
you need
think
to take away the
it's
Harley.
interesting that they actually banned out the Cho, knowing for the fact that they've already have a Kaya, they've already have a Belleric. It makes very little sense for them to actually get the Cho.
They could have taken the Chos for themselves, but oh wait, Xeno is not playing.
Okay,
okay,
now,
okay.
now it makes a little bit more sense. But Icon here, now that they have party picked here, they can take away the Harley or
They can't take Harley. They need a tank. They need a fighter here. That's the fighter. Lapu Lapu.
all right.
Team
Has
is
not
picking.
Makes
been
sense.
been picked a few times, but not that effective. Unfortunately, Chieftain Rage is still a really good AOE ultimate. So you can see Icon. Their idea is simple, right? AOE, AOE, AOE. You have the Minion Fury, you have the Blazing Duet. Even the Brilliance pops a little bit of AOE in itself, and obviously Chieftain Rage, Lapu Lapu, a good stun here. EVOS, Harley. I would say Harley, and maybe a Martis as well.
Yeah, I think that it will be a great option for them, but maybe even Hayabusa could be a possibility
True.
here. We've seen it a lot of time, but
Wow.
instead they go for the Gushen, which
Your
I think
team
is
Interesting.
a little bit more reliable as compared to the Hayabusa.
Yeah.
When you go into the mid game, you have that power
Simple.
spike. And of course, Incandescence is going to give you a lot more mobility and damage. Now, we talked about Minotaur a lot.
Yep.
This is going to be a real good, somewhat of a fighter tank
Okay.
pickup here.
Easy both team strategy very clear cut. Icon wants to control the side lanes. 1-3-1 with Gushin and Leomon on the side lanes. Icon, they want a team fight all the way. Minion Fury, King's Calling, Chieftain Bridge, Blazing Duet, take your pick. But before that, let's see what both teams have to say.
You may be the icon in Malaysia, but EVOS SG will be the icon in both Singapore and Malaysia.
Kalau korang rasa korang idola Malaysia dan juga Singapura, tapi korang lupa, kita akan tunjukkan kepada korang, kita orang ni icon dalam dunia ML ni.
Now let's find out who will be the real icons here between EVOS Singapore and Icon themselves.
It wasn't great trash talk. It was a fun banter. Okay, I'll give it to both teams. A lot of respect between it. But with that being said, the top of the table clash is gonna start. Game 1 between EVOS and Icon. EVOS gonna be on the blue side. Icon gonna be on the red side now. Retributions on Gushin and Lunox. Those are your heroes that you need to look out for. Possible steals coming in.
Yeah, I think it's going to be quite a solid invade if they want to come in from Icon here, but their priority is to clear the lane. So JPL will do a little bit of push, knowing for the fact that Icon has a little bit more solid pushing power. They just go up front. They don't really have to worry that much. But look at Unta though.
That is just insane. And that's the thing, right? Oh wow, actually Potato popped the sprint already. I'm not really sure for what. Maybe it was like, yeah, I'm going to get the lane a little bit faster. But Unta having some issues, and he just needs to survive. The thing is that they opted into this lane swap, right? They wanted this 1v1. So let's see how it's going to go about.
Oh, looks like there's a little bit of rotation coming in from JPL, trying to actually make sure that they secure the crab or even put a little bit more pressure onto Lapu Lapu for first blood. As you can see, Gushin is trying to join in the fray as well. Ace.
No. Ace, nope, don't do this, Ace. It's a bit too nasty. They still can go for it. Oh no, King Kutom is the one that got it. Meanwhile, on the top side, Bellaric did get first blood, come to the really low. They did get the crab, however, but they lose 2. Not really that worth it in my book.
Not worth it at all, if you ask me. Now, EVOS got the lead, and most importantly enough, they got the kill over onto Bambi.
Yep.
This is going to give him that sort of advantage to get those items out earlier, and once he does, he can actually roam around extremely effectively. Speaking of that, they're heading towards bot lane now.
They know that there is no more battle spells on the hands of the bottom laners, and yep, here comes King Kutom. He will recall in time. Bambi making a lot of plays this time around. He knows that he had that early lead, so he wants to make a big map impact. Normally, he can see him just playing very, centralized. He just plays for himself, but this time, trying to make a lot more roam plays. Even picking up the rapid boots. Wow.
Yeah, I gotta say that this is really impressive. And looking for the side of EVOS, they're going for a fight.
Scott's dead. That should be the first casualty to the fight. And Bambi, he wants a little bit more. Does pop the Shadow Blade, slaughter into the sword spike. They're just gonna back off. Should be a free turtle going in the hands of the Singaporean squad.
Yeah, and that Divine Judgment was so beautifully done there by Ace. Now Kutom's trying to look for a steal, but it's just a little bit too late and too much of a risk to actually go in for that.
Wow, this is the EVOS of Season 2, and this is the EVOS that I've come to know. Finally, fresh off the books, and they are, from the off, really, really knocking.
Yeah, and look at the rotations. It's just so scary. They're just moving up and down. Everywhere they go, it's Leomort, Bellaric, and Gushin here doing every single thing across the map. Now, looking into the bottom lane here, seems like Icon might want to secure their first tower. And what can Kaya, alongside with the carry, can do about this one? Oh!
They're not level 4 just yet. The hook not going to land. Ace and Soul, they're just trying to survive, because you can see in the top side, Leomon is split pushing for free here. They're losing a lot of EXP. EVOS will get straight here in terms of top and bottom, but you can't deny that Potato's getting so much farm.
Yeah, and of course, all these solo EXP is going to definitely benefit him as compared to Scott here, who is still level 4. Just
got his ult now.
Got his ult now.
The thing about this lineup, Icon, their team fight is so strong. They need to wait until they get those power spikes before they fight. They need to make sure they don't get caught out, because EVOS, they have so much potential to just pick any member off. You have Ace with that Divine Judgment. You have Bambi, who just does so much damage. Just need to make sure you don't get caught.
Oh my goodness, they're
Unta,
going for a dive.
A good play here. Nature Shield does get popped. Unta, good Chieftain Ridge will stop, but you can see the rest of Icon is coming. The cavalry has arrived, and Bambi does gain a lot of distance, but Bellaric will not be as you know, as fortunate. He will go down, but what announcement! The flicker is there. King Katom a little bit slow, but here comes Potato with the retribution. Here comes the blazing duet. Needs to be careful. The first casualty is gone. The hook not gonna land aside of King Katom, and everyone's just running away. This fight is really, really messy. Bambi super low, counter Papa super low. Everyone is just bleeding. Help us! Looks like Lunox did pick up a kill on the side of Ace. That was close, but EVOS losing 2 and Icon losing 1.
Wow, in all of that scuffle, there's only a 1-for-1 trade there. I'm impressed on what EVOS eSports actually did, where they tried to turn around and apply just enough pressure to actually get a kill off of the Minotaur right there.
Yep.
Now, looking into itemization, it seems like they're still trying to complete all these core items here, but I would say this is not too huge of a gap coming in from both teams, because EVOS only had 1-2K of a lead.
Yeah, and the thing about team fight compositions is that even though you're behind, if you land that perfect picture perfect combo, but that's what you have to do to cancel out the combo. Scott, he's just trying to survive, not gonna be in time. King's Calling comes out, wants to stop the engage, but a little bit too late. EVOS got what they wanted, and they're gonna go over to Turtle.
Oh yeah, that was really nasty movement coming in, just catching out Scott once again. 4 deaths in 5 minutes. I don't think he's looking that hot right now. One more total over the hands of EVOS. This is just gonna snowball them even further from this point onwards. Now EVOS looking for catch.
Yeah, they are lingering around, but Icon is okay with this. They lose a little bit. 2,000 gold lead on the hands of the Singaporean squad, but they're not that far behind just yet, so they are still lingering around. Bambi, is he gonna face check? Where is the stun? There goes the shield assault and the hook as well. Here comes Ace with the ultimate, and Bambi, quick fingers, manages to get the ultimate and sword spite as well, but the rest of Icon is here. Why didn't King Katom pop his King's Calling? He could have just denied that, but JPL in a lot of trouble. Remember, no more turret, and the hook lands on the Potato. Medium Fury lands on the 2. King's Calling finally come up, but Potato does have the sprint. Phantom Steed comes through, and now Potato is hungry. He can do a really big play. Can he survive? The shield assault will stun him up. He will only get 1.
3-for-1. That was worth it from the side of Icon, as they are fighting back. But over on the top lane, look at this!
So ripping out the hearts of Icon players, but here comes Ace. They have overextended here, Icon. They need to be careful. Bambi just baked him it out. Hook, line, and sinker. Kuja. Whoa, Kuja. They need to be careful. Where's the big play? There is Kuja coming in with the hero play. Sword Spike lands. Can he get scored? Bambi, this is not new. This is not allowed. Can he get a turnaround? He's waiting for the cooldowns, but not in time.
I gotta say, that was a big one coming in from Kuja. Still managed to actually take down the 2 members right there. But they are losing a lot of turrets though from the top side and now the mid lane.
But the thing is that look at the goalie, has not increased since that last fight.
Yeah.
But Sky Garden helmet already purchased by JPL. Let's look at the items really quickly. Clock of Destiny done and dusted for Come to Papa as well. Main man is that guy with that 303 score, Kuja. Already Demon Hunter Sword, gonna finish up that golden staff, so he's gonna go with that attack speed build on his quad. And on the other side, EVOS, they need to look at Gushen. Lightning Truncheon done, should be going with the Winter Truncheon next. A lot of options for himself, but Bambi is the key player. Wherever he goes, you know EVOS wants to go.
Yeah, and look at Soul. He's already got that endless battle right there, and that 1v1 up there on top lane. I didn't expect Come to Papa just melt right there.
Now this is gonna be a fight. Come to Papa gonna pop the brilliance early, but now this is the wraparound. King's Calling does block a lot of it. Potato cannot use the spell. A minion break on the tree. They need to back up. Kuja really happy with this. He's just untouched. Here comes the Divine Judgment. Bambi gonna get 1 retribution. Soul Spike going to land, but Kuja is still full health. He wants to go for this. He misses the Art of Thievery. Lord has spot. No way. Are they going for Lord? They're going for Lord?
Oh my! They're really low on health though.
This is, I guess, you know what? You can't say that Icon is not daring, and they do finally back off. I don't think that's possible. EVOS lost the fight, but they won the war because they stopped Lord. And Bambi.
Come to Papa. That's not a good choice.
Yeah, he does back off there. The Shadow Blade Slaughterer did scare him away. Should be able to get that buff here, but Kuja, max level.
Well, I gotta say that all these attempts are really ambitious, but Icon is still pulling a lot of great strengths here, and you can see from the scorelines, 10-9, they are just neck to neck right now. Even that 2,000 gold doesn't really mean much right now.
Contra,
JPL?
This tells me one thing. This tells me one thing, right? It's gonna be a long game! It's gonna be a long game!
maybe not. Now, anything can still happen here, and of course, with the Lord coming out, so early. I gotta say that a lot of the pressure will be onto the lower river of the map. Now, speaking of that, they've already made a really good push towards the bottom side, and they're setting up for a flank already.
The thing about Icon is that they need all their components to land. It's a team fight combo, it's a wombo combo. EVOS, they have a lot of individual players that can just pop off. So already finished that Thunder Spell, going for the Wind of Nature's Neck to stay alive. So it's all about who starts the fight first. If EVOS gets a cash, they will definitely be in pole position.
Yeah, but speaking of team fights here, I could say that Icon has executed it really well. But in terms of the map pressure, they're kind of losing out on a lot of these plays.
Yep, this is what I was talking about. EVOS, they have so much potential to just catch members off. And without Unta's Chieftain Rage, they are in a severe disadvantage, Icon. They just have to turtle and wait for that Lapu Lapu to come back alive.
Yeah, I definitely will agree with you. And meanwhile, Leomon's doing a lot of heavy lifting here, pushing in the waves into the mid lane. And like you said, they are really strong over on the pickoffs here. And Bambi definitely will be the one doing all this dirty work there.
Split push control flicker into the Divine Gyro King Katom. You have nowhere to go, but the shield's out. Does land. Scott comes in. He doesn't have the rage from now. He does. Is he gonna pop the Minion Fury? Nope, gonna hold it on. But they did get the turret. This is what I was talking about. EVOS, good side wave control. Icon, they have the team fight presence, but
on the Lord.
This is the time. I can see it now. This is the way that they can come back. It's the team fight.
Coming in. He's leading the charge, but can they actually make it in time? Here comes Ace.
Oh, it's just a bait though. It's just a bait. They peel it off. I think Carry is still on the Lord. Scott is coming through. Lord is still slowly dwindling down to 40% health. They're gonna stop it. They do peel off of it. And now the hook lands on the Bambi, but Quick Finger is going to pop the ultimate, gain some distance away. King Katom, a lot of punishment, needs to back off. And now, so with that Wind of Nature, he's going to play a lot more aggressive, especially with Kuja's ultimate active.
Yeah, and it's great discipline from both sides here. But here comes JPL.
There is the minion fight. Onto 4 prelims, does get popped, but it's just going to disengage everybody.
That was a 4-man ult, but there was just no follow-up. Imagine if they were all stacked up together.
Lord. They know that, yep, this is the time to go. No minion very active on the Scott. That's a big cooldown. Claude is really far away as well. Scott trying to gain as much information as possible.
Can they steal it though?
I don't think so. Here comes King Katom. Where's the King's Glory? Here comes the Fantasy. Who's gonna go in? Who's gonna get? He's going to go on to EVOS, and now they can fight. Balor will get a first kill. Blazing to that King's Calling will stop a lot of it, but actually EVOS biting back. It's a 2-for-2 exchange. Potato gonna use that Phantom Storm to just slow everyone down. 2-for-2, but so he's looking to pop off. He wants to go, but oh, the Shadow Blade Star gonna kill off the Immortality, but they didn't know. Oh no, King Katom, why no? What's gonna run? He went out in the face of EVOS and just gave them a freebie. What?
He could have just cut across it inside of the jungle. That was my blunder, but here comes Bambi.
Kuja that does have the battle mirror image. Bambi wanted to go for more, but put off the brakes. This is a close match.
Man, I gotta say, this is a massacre here, and Bambi flickers away.
Bambi!
That's illegal.
The presence
This guy's
of
a
mind.
monster.
The presence of mind. Okay, I don't think he can get away from this. Yeah, he has to back off. Remember, he has rapid boots as well. So he's going to walk a lot more faster. And he can play like this because Lord is coming in. Look at the mini-map on the top left. 2, 1, and 2. They want to control the side lanes. They do not want a team fight because they know Icon has a better team fight composition.
Yeah, and look at Leomor though. He is pushing the bottom wave. So they're keeping everyone in check and keeping the Lapu Lapu busy as well. And now a lot of damage has been done, and the Lord will fall right here.
Alright, coming in. Lord will fall, but look at the pressure that he has gained for them. All 3 lanes pushed against it. Oh, here comes. Yep, Punion Fury. This could be, but NHSU neglecting a lot of his soul, still staying alive. Now comes Potato. Going for the flag side. He gets 1 kill. Belric there, but Chieftain Rage will land on the Potato. Unta will be the next to fall. It is a 2-for-1 exchange so far. Potato still feeling very confident, but now they need to back off because they do not have the ultimate anymore.
Oh, they definitely could crack it from the top.
No, Bambi, he does have the sword spike. It did land, but he was not confident enough. Ace comes through with the Gale Force, beating a lot of pressure, but they're just gonna back off here.
Yeah, they have to sacrifice that top lane turret, and now over on mid side, they found themselves the golden opportunity to push as well. Only one turret left.
Divine Judgment, freebie, free kill picked off. EVOS pole position, full control.
Yeah, total, absolute control from the top side, and now the bottom. The base is balled, and they will back away, resetting the match, and they are looking for the next objectives to clear every single camp inside their jungle.
Vintage EVOS.
This is just crazy pacing coming in from EVOS SG, They look unstoppable right now.
I think that they have sent a message throughout the league. Let's look at the replay of the last team fight here. Contra, break down what happened.
Now, they've went in with a Million Fury and they managed to catch 2 members down, but look at the damage coming out from Bambi and the Leoborn, taking off Lapu Lapu alongside with the Mincetar. When both of them fell, they say, okay, it's high time we crack up open from the top side and move down from that point onwards. They managed to secure all 3 of the towers, and that's the best news that they can get.
Yep, and now they are just waiting for this last picking. But Icon, they are notorious for this. They are known for this. That comeback team fight. They have the calm. They are trained in this scenario. They know about this. They've been in this position 10,000 times. Can they pull up another epic comeback?
Yeah, I want to wait and see when the Lord comes out once again. This is going to be a second Lord. It's going to definitely hit like a truck. So they're just waiting for that moment. And now here comes Ace, just trying to look for another opportunity to perhaps catch Scoot for the umpteenth time.
they need to catch. They need Ace to catch somebody off. So looking good this game, and now this could be the catch-off. Yes, Kikato, but he does have immortality. Burns it out straight away. Mia Fairy attacks all the 3. This could be the turnaround. King's calling as well. Oh, Chieftain's Rage will stun a lot, but Mrs. goes down. JPL taking a lot of punishment. They're coming for this. Potato, they're still alive. And Icon, their members, they're going down. Kuja doing what he can. Potato just stomping on their dreams of game 1, and they will get a clean one. EVOS eSports Singapore sending a message, winning game 1.
36 kill in the first match, and it was just absolutely explosive. And of course, the first match will end towards the side of Icon and the first game in the hands of EVOS.
I mean, they said it in the pre-game interview. It's all about the Singapore team. It's all about EVOS. They are the pinnacle of this league, and they have definitely shown it. Bambi. Oh dear, Bambi.
Oh dear, 7 kills, 14 assists.
I just realized his name is O-D-E-R.
Yeah.
And Bambi's a deer.
Yeah.
I just realized that.
Well, it took you long enough, but...
Took me 2 seasons. But yeah, let's look at the items really quickly. This game, everyone on EVOS was on point. Not one single member was slacking. Ace, great divine judgments throughout. JPL, Nature's Shield as well. Potato coming in clutch every time with the re-engage.
Yeah, and I gotta say JPL did such a great job disregarding the KDA. He was there popping the Nature's Call. So perfectly done.
Let's look at the damage or the data. Then you get to see, look, 26% he took in terms of damage taken, because the Nature's Shield, it will neglect all the other damage and go back to him. So you can see, but insane amount of damage from Bambi.
It was so difficult for Icon to actually catch Bambi with the movement speed that we talked about and all the mobility inside of his kit. I gotta say that from the side of Icon, I would give credit to Kuja here with 8 kills.
I was gonna say it as well. Look at his damage, 78,000. Compare it to EVOS side, he did more damage than Bambi. But the problem is his teammate didn't do as much as he needed, right? Untar 21,000, not a lot. Come to Papa as well. Both of their plays unfortunately slacking a little bit, but they still look good. You could see there were some team fights that they were winning. Yeah,
they managed to get some really good pickoffs every now and then, but like some certain scenarios, they were kind of been into really weird positions where you could see there are times when Scott actually catch 4 members inside of the jungle, if I can recall correctly. 4 members with the Minnow Fury. They could have definitely just collapsed upon them, but everyone was just all over the place. Let's have a look into the highlights of the first match of the day, and let's see.
Early on, EVOS really smart play. After a really quick 3-0 start, Bambi did come through, but now this is one of the instances where JPL, very clutch with the Nature's Shield. They had to back off here. Icon, they wanted to try and gain more, but quick thinking, good decision making from EVOS, allowing them to walk away. And Scott, big play. But once again, EVOS just so decisive on their calls, managing to gain the distance, and they were the ones that won the team fight.
Yeah, you can see that the turnaround is just so strong coming in from all these members. And even when they turret dive, you can see this amount of discipline that they have. They dish out a lot of damage, and they know when to just back off in time so that they don't risk themselves. And that was the killing spree where we see Gushin just get most of these big items out from that
Yep.
point onwards. But that phase check was a little bit unnecessary.
This one was the question. He didn't have the ultimate there, Gatom. His ultimate was just 3 or 4 seconds late. If he had the King's Calling, he could have stopped Bambi from using Incarnations altogether. He couldn't blink away. They did still win the team fight in a little bit. Good ultimates coming in, but killing off Bambi would have been much more effective.
And over on the top side, Carry was actually split pushing at this point onwards. They know that everyone is over on the bottom side, so all they have to do is just push top side, and he also managed a solo kill over onto the Lunox.
This was close.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, Dexter just giving you a helping hand to actually take off Bambi, and that's the only time that the Gushin has ever fell.
Yeah, and now this is the time. Look, great team fight. Could see the potential of the team fight, but the problem is they didn't have another chance after this at all.
Yeah.
Right? This was the only time that they won the team fight 2-for-1. Then they just couldn't find any more openings. This was a bit too greedy there.
Yeah, it was overly ambitious coming in for the side of Icon here. They know that they've got some damage, but it's still not going to be enough to actually take down the Lord. Now, this team fight here was quite monumental here. Just look at Kuja. That beautiful Blazing Duet catches over onto 3 members.
Yeah, this was the same team fight, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's the same team fight.
Sorry about that.
It is the same but I mean, it was so beautiful. It's worth a second look.
Yeah. Then I gotta say, the Minotaur actually hits that Minotaur even off the wall.
Yep.
That was kind of crazy to me.
The thing about this is I want to figure out how, what else what else Icon needs to do. Can see one more time. Smart play from EVOS. They just peeled off. Clutch play there from Soul, getting the Lord, and they won this team fight. They separated everyone. They know that, hey, King's Calling is down. We stop. We just back out. And they need to walk away from this.
And I gotta point out that Potato was really, really effective in keeping everyone else occupied. And he just ran off with Barbiel there with his ult and Gatum.
What? I mean,
questionable play once again.
He could have walked away, but once again, good ultimate. This time, JPL saving Soul's life with that Nature's Shield. Potato coming in clutch this time with that Phantom Steed on his horse, on his high horse, managing to save that team fight.
Yeah, I gotta say from then onwards, you see them just catching people off time and time again. Ace, always being the really solid frontliner for the side of EVOS that create opportunities after opportunities.
And you can see now, that's why Belleric is so highly prioritized. The Flower of Life passive, every time he procs onto anyone, the damage is insane. And well, game 1 done and dusted here, Contra.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about that?
I gotta say that next game out of the draft, they may have to remove Kaya here for the side of Icon.
Well, I mean, we saw why he first picked Kaya, right? And that's what I was talking about. Kaya, very important. But that being said, we're going to short break before we bring you game 2. My name is Matthew. His name is Contra. This is MPL Season 3 live on Facebook Gaming. Of course, it is brought to you by Moontoon and EGG Network. Not forgetting our legendary sponsor, U Mobile, and our elite sponsor, HyperX. See you in 3.